Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Patoka Sportsmen. I'm Gene Kuntz. About 15 different species of ticks live in Indiana. Of these, only 3 species are normally encountered by people and their pets. These are the American dog tick, the Lone Star tick, and the black-legged tick, also known as the deer tick or the Lyme disease tick. The majority of ticks attached to people during the spring and summer in Indiana are American dog ticks. The second most common species is the Lone Star tick. The black-legged tick, unknown in Indiana before 1987, is becoming established in more Indiana counties. The remaining ticks are found almost exclusively on wild animals and are only rarely encountered by people. The slow-moving American dog tick is the largest of these 3 species. The Lone Star tick is slightly smaller than the American dog tick, but has much larger mouth parts. The female has a single white spot near the center of her back. The males and nymphs are much smaller than the females. All 3 stages, the larvae, nymphs, and adults, are quite active and walk very fast. The Lone Star tick differs from the American dog tick in that all 3 active stages will attach to humans. The immature stages of the Lone Star tick are sometimes referred to as seed ticks or turkey ticks, turkey mites, or even deer ticks, and will attach to ground-feeding birds and be carried to distant locations. Lone Star ticks are very common in southern Indiana, and high populations can be found in Harrison County. Adults appear in late March. Their numbers peak in May and June, declining in July. Nymphs appear in April, peak in May and June, and can be found throughout the summer. Larvae appear in the spring and again in the fall, but are not usually encountered in the middle of the summer. The Lone Star tick can also harbor the bacterium that causes Rocky Mountain spotted fever. The black-legged tick is the smallest of the 3 ticks. Adult black-legged ticks appear in Indiana in September, seeking their preferred host, white-tailed deer. They can be found in October and November and on warm days throughout the winter. Nymph activity peaks in June, larvae peak in August. Nymphs appear to be the main vectors of Lyme disease to humans and pets. Adult black-legged ticks are rarely found on humans, but they do feed on dogs and cats. The best way to avoid tick bites is to stay out of tick-infested areas, especially during the height of the tick season, which is April, May, and June. This is not always possible, so here are some precautions. Wear long pants and a long-sleeve shirt. Tuck the shirt into your pants and the pants into your socks. Apply insect repellents to clothing to further reduce the incidence of tick bites. Always follow directions for use on the label. Conduct thorough tick checks immediately after leaving a tick-infested area. Inspect the entire body and promptly remove any ticks found. Prompt removal of the attached ticks may reduce the risk of disease transmission. If you find a tick, here's the proper way to remove it. With a pair of tweezers, grasp the tick as close to the skin as possible and pull upward with a slow, even force. Do not jerk or twist the tick. This might tear the head and mouth parts from the tick's body. Do not use the fingers to remove the tick. Squeezing the tick can cause it to disgorge the contents of its body into the wound. Do not attempt to remove the tick with caustic chemicals such as nail polish remover or heat. This can kill it before it disengages its mouth parts. It can also cause the tick to regurgitate into the wound, increasing the likelihood of transmitting a pathogen. Wash the attached site with warm, soapy water and rubbing alcohol to remove any pathogens. Removed ticks should be saved in a vial or jar labeled with the date and location. This information will aid the doctor if an illness should develop. Next week, we'll take another look at pesky creatures that like to drive us crazy, the chigger. And until next time, this is Gene Kuntz encouraging you to take the time to teach a child how to conserve and appreciate our great wildlife resources.